All right, traders, welcome in for my trading session on Sunday, October 13th, as we prepare for the week ahead. The last week was volatile. There was CPI, inflation, FOMC minutes. I'm coming in. This is the longest trading break I've had since August, which is just a day. I didn't check the charts at all or do any orders on Saturday. And for my style of trading, well, I mean, if you trade the markets, the stocks, you don't need to do anything. But even for crypto, there's oftentimes not a lot of movement. If I had been around it for the close, I would have looked, but I had other plans, and that's fine. Not a lot happens on Saturdays, especially after I came in Friday night, knowing I would come in on Sunday. I'm an hour after the close, so we'll see if there's signals, and we'll get into it. Whatever happened, happened. It's rarely perfect, and some things could have happened to make me unhappy, but wherever we are, I'm just going to try to trade for where we are. So let's go take a look. Um, I'm in this short, which is working well. I mean, it's just coming back to where it was, but I left it alone. That's good. Let's look at BNB. A little bit scary. I got filled on this long. Uh, Bitcoin no go. I may creep up my Bitcoin along. I also might leave it alone because I have pretty good size on BNB at this point. So I'm just gonna check my equity on the account and see where it is. Knowing where it was before, see if we're up or down. Um, it's about where it was. It's from where I'm checking, it's up like $100. BNB's down, but CFX is moving again. Okay, so nothing has happened too much. I mean, these markets have only been up for a short period of time. Gold, silver. Silver's at a lot of volatility for a couple hours trading is kind of crazy. Okay. US 100, US 30, US 500, everything near all-time highs. Bitcoin is continuing to lag, and crypto is just a weak asset. Bitcoin, I will be looking to limit long in this box here. Um, yeah, BNB is interesting. A little bit dangerous. Keep adding on to it. So I'm interested in finding another short to add, but only if we have one. So gas, glad I haven't shorted these yet. Dog as well, I'm leaving these alone. Apt is just breaking out, so this one, I need to have a failure to be a seller, and that's just not what we're seeing. Oh, sorry, dog. I need this. You're good, dog. You're good right there, dog. But I need this right there. Okay, you're good. Dog unplugged my computer. My trading companion, my trading partner. You're so good, dog. She's very helpful. Okay. Sui, so we have some breakouts. Sui, it's an all-time high in this chart, at least since June, but hasn't broken down, right? So I'm not coming in here shorting something. I do want to sell things at a high price, but I want to sell things that are failing at a high price, right? Pepe, I did a great job on Pepe of where I got out right here. That was such a sick trade. That was a sick trade, and it was double. I doubled up on that. Okay, people, Popcat, ran up again. Okay, Arkham is potentially set up. Hasn't moved that much, so I'll look at that. So the two-step process, I guess it's Axel as well. Looks the same as Arkham. We'll take a look at that. I love how inefficient that was. that move up. I I like those for shorts, like inefficient moves up, um, are good. And I want to add shorts because I'm gonna have a lot of long exposure here between Bitcoin and BNB. So one of the things I'm doing, I got a comment from someone saying like, you're not really swing trading, you're using a scalper's mentality. I'm not here to put a label on what I'm doing. I will say it's been working awesome, and I understand why it should be working. But if I were to put a label on how I would doing, I would call it hedging, really more than anything, right? I'm a hedger. I'm always having longs and shorts if possible. I feel more comfortable that way, and it works well if I can find ones in different life cycles or the strong ones and the weak ones. So yeah, there's kind of a sleepy market over the weekend to be expected, but I did find two that have had uh, are signaling a potential short. But again, I need to look at order flow and look under the box and see, is this what's driving this price action? Is this something that I can trade? Um, I'm gonna, WorldCoin isn't there yet, but it's almost there, so I'm gonna move it. Worm, Popcat, I have Popcat over there. So all of these are repeats. Stacks, Max, Phantom, Blur is also almost there. So I want to try to be around for 2 p.m. Um, tomorrow, Tuesday. I won't be able to do that. Mog's another one, but I don't think I have Mog on MXC anyways, so um, I can not care about that. But Mog is potentially setting up. Mm, I mean, I'll lean towards shorts for sure. So just out of time sensitivity. Oh, we have another one, Chili's. Chili's is one that I've been on the lookout for because there's news around it, so I want to be careful with that. But Chili's, I know people are buying it and then and then shorting it as a hedge so that they receive like an airdrop. So just out of, I think the most urgent is just because we're an hour late. Okay, open interest is bleeding down. I mean, there's a lot I can do. So let's look at Chili's. Let's look at Chili's, Arkham, and Axel. And then we have to look at Bitcoin, Arkham, funding rate, AXL. Guys, I got sunburn. I never get sunburn. So I'm gonna just probably just leave Chili's alone. I know though that the reason the funding is the way it is because Um, there's an airdrop, and a safe way to collect an airdrop is to buy the thing and then sell it spot. That way, um, you're not exposed to the market. So there's 1010, 1017, 1024, and 1031. So this goes on to 1031, and it's negative funding. So let's just not trade Chili's. I'm gonna ignore it again. Um, where it might pull back, but there's not really a reason. I mean, I would trade it, but there's artificial demand that's trying to come in. Oh, maybe. No, I just don't think. I'm curious if the other ones look good, but yeah, it looks super weird, and I know the reason why. Is there's a lot of increase in open interest of short volume, but there's spot on the other hand, so there's selling spot. Uh, yeah, so weird. Okay, let's look at Arkham. I mean, if these ones look better, it's easy, right? Okay, so this also isn't what I want to see, and we could maybe eliminate it. We are seeing a huge increase in open interest, and we are seeing positive funding, but I don't like that it's a spot-driven rally. However, if we just go off funding and this, it's maybe okay, but um, open interest, none of them look very good. This one looks good. This one looks a lot more tradable. AXL, why is that? Because not only is it positive funding, we've already begun bleeding out, but that's a long ways to go. And we have um, spot has been, we have a discrepancy here between spot. So if I like any of these, the one I like the most under the hood is AXL. Arkham looks almost exactly the same. And then I like Chili's the least. So if I were to do AXL, let's go under the hood a little bit. I would just market it probably. We created a 4-hour gap that gave out. We already bled down from 20 million to 14 million, but this is an increase from 6 million. Oh yeah, I mean, we did have spot come in, but there's a pretty sick divergence here between perps and spot. So I'm okay with this one. I'm gonna use ATR bands to set an optimal stop loss, which is 1 ATR, which is which should have been from, no, it's from here, right? So this would allow for a sweep of the high again. So I can decide, and then I would be looking for to reverse this whole move. I could also put my stop just within the high, which is my preference for these, because typically if price is going to come up here, it's going to take the high, and then if it sweeps it, I'm just going to let it go. There's not any big 1-hour gaps for me to want to target, so I will market order, and it's just like an hour late. Arkham's not only is just looking a lot stronger and also isn't looking like it's set up quite right. So I'm okay leaving that one alone. We got to look at CFX, and I want to think about chasing Bitcoin possibly. When I say chasing, I mean just yeah, trying to reposition a little bit. Um, so I will take this, but just that one, I'm just gonna take that one. Um, just AXL. But before I do it, in a matter of finding out position sizing, I want to look at CFX, and I want to look at Bitcoin. I need to look at Bitcoin, BNB, and ETH. ETH. This will give me an idea of how I'm going to be positioned fully. So my position sizing, since I'm hedging, I want an idea. Like I can size bigger if I have a lot of um, multi-directional trades and smaller otherwise. Okay, CVD. Interest. Okay, it's okay. Okay, so let's look at Conflux. This is the short that I'm in. I am saying that funding has gone negative-ish, very low, which I don't really love, but I'm okay carrying it lower because one, spot has continued to be selling off, and we're still up at 32 million open interest from 13. So I would say I'm okay staying with CFX. Nearly stopped. No, no, I wasn't. I put the stop in. Um, yeah, Friday at. I put it in here. So I'm gonna put my stop right here. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. 0.1805. CFX 0.1805. So I'll lock in a $70 profit, but I'm looking for price coming down here is maybe too greedy. We have like triple equal lows right here. So I think just aiming in here is probably a lot wiser. At 0.1518. So I will do that. Zero, and I know that. 0.1518. Okay, we're gonna do that. Which is still a bit of a stretch. Okay. Let's look at BNB. BNB looks not quite as good. It looks fine. Funding is coming down here. I'm not interested in adding here. I mean, we did have a gap, and I like leaving my stop so that we can sweep this and use that gap as protection. Yeah, putting it lower would have been preferred, but um, that looks good. So let's leave it for now. And you see how we consume this whole 4-hour gap. If I wanted to be super careful, I could put my stop to here, but when you're hedging, running stops a little bit wider is preferable because you don't want to get stopped out on random shit. So ETH, I noted with ETH, yo, this is maybe a short right here. But I also noted like some of the times, yeah, like this was a sell, came down. Um, I'm anticipating the possibility of a huge move that I get plowed through, but ETH is just such a weak one. I'm gonna continue to run this trade. It's a small trade. Wow, some sharp moves that happen here. Okay, so let's look at ETH. It looks pretty healthy actually from in terms of spot's been supporting, or at least not selling off, and open interest isn't at a crazy place. Actually, yeah. So I would consider that one dangerous, but I'm gonna keep it going. Okay, I'm curious on the funding rate as a whole. Okay. Um, Funding rate, predicted funding rate, and global. Global funding rate has come down, so I mean, Bitcoin is pretty hot. People are, yeah, I don't love chasing. I mean, this move up was a lot of open interest. $900 million in longs. It doesn't look like it was really, this is where I struggle. It doesn't really look like it was supported by spot buying so much. Sort of a bearish divergence. All that said, like, I want to stay. So my thought though would be to chase it slightly. where now we have a low to take that was sturdy. So I would set it right under that. Look for a sweep of it right into here. And I would look for this whole move not to reverse. I know there's an order block down here, whatever, but if price came into this OB and then came back up, then I could reconsider. So I like setting up like that. BNB, CFX, AXL. Glad I'm waiting right now. So let's look at, let's start with the Bitcoin. Right, I love having longs and shorts at the same time. I really like it. Okay, so Bitcoin, I'm just gonna cancel and then we're gonna reset it. So yeah, we have a daily fair value gap. I'm gonna look for that to get poked into, respected, and priced to carry on higher. So I'm gonna put it at 61,922. Amount, I'll come back to that. 63.27 is my stop. And my TP is gonna be up at, I've been liking the 70,000 idea. And I'm gonna start with 0.75 Bitcoin, which would be at about $1,000 Bitcoin position, which is, it's a lot because I'm gonna do a little bit less. It's a lot because of my BNB. BNB right now, I'm gonna fix this for BNB. My stop is at 561.8. BNB. It's only a $200 loss actually. So that's not too bad, although I'd be giving back $800. Yeah, okay. And then my stop loss, oh yeah, 561.8. And I'm looking to for BNB to make a new monthly high up here. Poke into this, and honestly, maybe I could close if it fails, but look for it to poke into this gap, actually, I think would be uh, not unreasonable, which was is where is 634. Yeah, I'm in my third position, 634. That would be a huge win if that happens. Okay, might not happen. So again, these are the ones that I'm looking at. Arkham is a no, and Chili's is a no. Axel's the only one that I'm okay on, but I don't love immediately being underwater. Right, what's been going on here? Axel. Let's go look. This is the last thing. BD. Let's look in the last hour what's happening. An increase in open interest. Curious. Well, what's a better time to do it than on a little pump if I want to be a seller? So I'm gonna have my stop right there. AXL. Um, okay, AXL. Funding is positive, looks good. My stop is going to be 6%. So I can have my uh, like 15x the market. Yeah, I got everything set. So as soon as this ends, that we can be pal. So a lot of this again is to BNB. It's possible I'm continually don't get filled, but it's okay. Right, like I make so much off BNB going that missing Bitcoin will be something I could live with. Okay, I'm gonna send it with the AXL, figure out the right position sizing. Going for it. I'm gonna put my stop again near this high. It's 0.8, 0.85 just for math. I'm okay with it coming near. Stop loss 0.85. As far as risk, it's like a $500. That's okay. Really? I mean, it's a 3R, so if it works, it's pretty money. 0.5676. Yeah, I'm okay with that, risking this. An easy way to lose, but it fits my criteria. It's within my rules, and um, yeah, I'm happy to add a short. That's MTP market. Let's go. All right, so that's my entire trading session, and I'm gonna be back in roughly 24 hours. So happy trading, and we will see what happens. Yeah, hopefully I get filled in Bitcoin and it goes higher. I'd love to participate in it. It'd be funny if I just don't fail to participate in the entire up move that I've been calling. But again, trading BNB as a hedge is excellent because if it works for BNB, um, I don't care about Bitcoin. But that's it. Much love, happy trading, and that took me 28 minutes. That's the entire trading session, and I've had so many straight days of winning. It's excellent how it's going.